Green Acres is the place to be. Farm living is the life for me. Land spread out so far and wide. Keep Manhattan, just give me that countryside.
New York is where I'd rather stay. I get allergic smelling hay. I just adore a penthouse view. Darling, I love you, but give me Park Avenue.
The chores.
That's doors. Fresh air. Times Square.
You are
My wife. My city life. Green Acres, we are there. Wow. Hold on a second, Bob.
How are you?
We'll get this taken care of before we get started here. Let's run a speed test.
On-air
here.
production.
Oh, gotta love it, don't you? Let's do it.
On-air production. It's Wednesday, and we're here at
Wednesday.
Buffalo Wild Wings in Navarre. That handsome guy is Irish Bill Hamill. I'm Bob Grant.
Seminole Bob.
Seminole Bob.
Seminole Bob.
Seminole Bob. We're
We're
the
matching
proud
again.
color. Yeah, we're matching.
We're
again.
both wearing black.
Yeah, well,
Last night it was maroon. Tonight's black, and we
Yeah.
didn't even coordinate with each other. Well, we're coordinated, but we didn't coordinate, if that makes sense.
Yes.
There we go.
Men in black.
Anyways, Buffalo Wild Wings Coaches Show, Week 3. Week Trey.
A third of the.
30% of the season.
Oh my gosh.
Well, 20% games-wise.
true.
But because we usually go an extra week and this
Yep.
and that and everywhere. But anyways, welcome to the Buffalo Wild Wings Coaches Show, Week 3. Seminole Bob, Irish Bill. We got another great lineup of interviews coming up tonight. Coach Bagley is going to be joining us once again, and we're going to have a couple of I wouldn't say two defensive players because Curtis plays both sides of the ball. Curtis Sanders, running back and defensive back, and Rowan Strom heads up that defensive linebacking core for the Raiders. But they'll be our guests tonight. But before we do anything else, we got to go right to the picks because I want to make sure that we get them in before Coach Bagley gets here.
Okay.
And I've been given all of your picks. But first, we got to let the folks know who won last week. Our high school picks last week, Marty and I tied for first at 25-7. Paul was 23-9, and Joe and Bob came in at 21-11. Still solid weeks. 32 games picked. I think that's the most high school games that we've picked in 1 week. We got some really good games coming up. We have one game that's already been canceled. Gaston County with the troubles. You know their coach has already left the school, and he is an assistant coach at Savannah State now. Wayne Ellington had left the program because he was going to be suspended for the year. So he is now up on Coach Kelton's staff up at Savannah State, which Coach Kelton was Brady's first coach at Shorter University. So to kind of put all the puzzle together a little bit there. And but here's our games this week. Choctaw Crestview, we're all going with the Indians. They're playing really good football right now. Niceville at Pine Forest, we're all going with the Eagles on the road, led by that sophomore quarterback and that freshman running back up there in Niceville. We got Pace going to Gulf Breeze. Katie barred the door. I think this one's going to be over before they even get off the bus. Sorry, Gulf Breeze.
Williams already scored a touchdown.
He has. There he goes again. We're all going with pace on that one. We got Milton going to Booker T. Washington. We're all going with Milton except Marty. Marty's taking the home team, the Wildcats, in this one. We got West Florida at Fort Walton Beach. Bob's taking his alma mater, Fort Walton Beach.
This is a tough one. Fort Walton looking for a win with their new coach. Just have a feeling. I got a feeling.
Yeah. Well, we don't know that song all the way through, so we're not going to sing it. Or should we attempt to sing it? We got West Pensacola going to Tate. We're all going with the Aggies to go 3-0. Godby heading all over from I-10 westward here to Catholic, Pensacola Catholic. We're all going with the Crusaders at home. Mosley at Rickards. We're kind of mixed up here. Bob, Paul, and myself are going with Mosley. And Joe and Paul are going with Rickards.
Yeah, that's a great trivia question. When was the last time Mosley lost 2 games in a row?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Next, we're going to move on to Tallahassee Lincoln, heading on over to Ponte Vedra Nice. We got Marty, Joe, and myself taking Lincoln. Bob and Paul are taking Nice. Okay, next we got Florida High heading to Hawthorne. Florida High is a 3A school. Hawthorne is a rural school, and that was one state title and once in the last 2 years. And so we're kind of mixed. Actually, everybody's going with Hawthorne in this one after the beatdown that Florida High took at Thomas County Central last week. 79-14. Wow. We got Childs going over to Wakulla. Bob, you're going with Childs, the lone guy going with Childs there.
Childs playing well.
Wakulla got beat by Taylor County last week. We got Chipley going to Rutherford. Look for the Tigers to go 3-0. They are the Tigers, right? Chipley?
Oh, the Tigers. Yes, they are.
Okay. Too many Tigers between college and pros. I can't keep all my Tigers straight. Who is the real Tiger? That's my question. Next, we're going to head Bay to North Bay Haven. Not a far trip for Bay. It's just outside of the city limits of Panama City. And we're all going with Bay in that one to go 3-0. Who would have thunk it? Next,
Not me.
Holmes County going to Walton. Walton's second game. Holmes County's played 2 close games, not giving up a whole lot of points, but they will against Walton. And we're all going with the Braves at home. Mariana traveling to Tallahassee to take on Maclay. We're all going with the Marauders at home. That would be Maclay. Dixie County at Taylor County. We're going with Taylor County to go 3-0 on the season. North Florida Christian at Indian Rocks. Indian Rocks Christian is down in Largo, Florida.
Largo, near
And
Clearwater.
it's a road trip for North Florida Christian. We're all taking North Florida Christian in that one. Liberty County at Port St. Joe, all going with the Tiger Sharks in that one. Freeport looking to go 3-0 as they traveled up to Bratt, Florida, to take on Northview, the most northern school in the panhandle of Florida. It's 86 miles from Navarre to Bratt, Florida.
Oof.
Yeah, I took Brady up there a few years back, and we went up there for a game. It's a haul. We got Bluntstown going to Bozeman. Paul's taking Bozeman. The rest of us are taking Bluntstown. Baker at Central. We're all going with the Gators on the road. Graceville at Sneeds. We're all going with Sneeds at home. Bless you.
Gesundheit.
Sewanee at Madison County. We're going with the Cowboys at home. They've already lost 1 at home this year. Don't look for them to lose a second.
Negative, Ghost Rider.
You got Jefferson County going to Leon. Paul's taking Jefferson County. The rest of us taking Leon. We got Osceola Christian going to Trenton. Joe's taking Osceola Christian. The rest of us are taking Trenton. We got FAMU hosting Franklin County. We're all going with the Seahawks in that one. That should be not a close game at all.
Nope.
Young Kids in Motion at Lighthouse on Friday night. We're all going with the Stingrays at home. Eagles View heading over to Rocky Bayou. Joe's taking Rocky Bayou in that one, and the rest of us taking Eagles View. And Weewa Hitchcock going to Vernon, and we're looking for Weewa Hitchcock to take that one as well. Now, we did have a Saturday game scheduled. That was Gadsden County going to East St. Louis, Illinois, but that game has been canceled due to a lot of the things that are going on with the Gadsden County program right now.
Right.
So, there you go. And the only way to find out how we did is to tune in next Tuesday night as at Culver's, where we bring you Irish Mills Twist on Sports. So let's go over to college picks real quick, and then we'll get on with our first commercial break, and then we'll bring in head coach Garrett Bagley here in just a bit.
You bet.
Okay, last week, Joe, Bob, and Paul all went 22-3. You tied for first. I was one game back at 21-4. Marty brings up the backside at 19-6. And this week's games, we got four Friday night games. James Madison at Louisville, Northern Illinois at Maryland, Western Illinois at Northwestern, Eastern Washington at Boise State. The reason I said all 4 games, because everybody's taking the home team in each one of those games on Friday night. Let's move on to Saturday, Illinois at Duke. Paul's going with Duke. The rest of us are going with Illinois. What's the spread there, Bob?
These are spreads 2.5 for Duke. And these are all the way through the, the Texas Tech Kent State game. These are all 11 a.m. tilts.
Okay, we got East Texas State at FSU, looking for FSU to go 2-0 on the season. Nice win for your Seminoles last week.
Yeah, we played very well, very aggressive.
Very physical.
Very physical.
Next, we got Kennesaw State. The Owls heading up to the Hoosier State to take on Indiana. We're all going with the Hoosiers at home. Iowa, a game that interests you and your family. Iowa going to Iowa State to play the Cyclones. Joe's going with Iowa. He's the only one going with Iowa on the road.
Yep, Iowa State favored by 2.5, 11 a.m. contest on Fox Sports Network.
Then we have Baylor going to SMU. Baylor loses at Auburn last week. SMU a winner. Paul and Marty are going with Baylor. Joe, you, and I are going with SMU.
SMU?
Yeah, what's SMU?
11 a.m. CW Network.
Then we got Kent State going to Texas Tech. We're all going with the Red Raiders at home. Utah State at Texas A&M. All going with the Aggies at home. What's the spread on that one?
30.5.
Ouch. That's large.
11:45 a.m. tilt on the SEC Network. And
almost as large as my waistline.
And after Utah State, Texas A&M plays next week
at Notre Dame. Mm-hmm. Troy going to Clemson, looking for the Tigers to get their first win on the season. Austin Peay at Georgia. The Bulldogs will be an easy victory there as we're all going with the Bulldogs at home. Ole Miss at Kentucky. Marty's the only one going with Kentucky. The rest of us going with Hotty Toddy.
Spread's 9.5. 2:30 contest on A.
At Kroger Field.
Yep.
We got Grambling going to Ohio State. Who scheduled that game? Really? Grambling?
Yes.
Come on. How often does an HBCU go to a Big Ten school?
Not so long.
Not too often, huh?
Yeah.
Well, we're all going with the Buckeyes in that one to go
2-0. Obviously.
East Tennessee State at Tennessee. We're all going with the Vols there. Mm-hmm. Oklahoma State at Oregon. We're all going with the Ducks at home. Quack, quack.
Quack, quack. 2:30. Oregon's favored by 28.5 over I'm 40, I'm a man.
I think he's getting closer. I'm 60 and a man now, isn't he?
Yeah. 2:30 p.m. kick on CBS Paramount.
Then we have South Florida at Florida. We got a couple of people taking South Florida. Paul and Marty are taking South Florida. The rest of us taking Florida.
Yeah, Florida's favored by 17.5. 3:15 kick on the SEC Network.
South Carolina State at South Carolina. South Kakalaka, we're all going with the Gamecocks there. Army at Kansas State. All going with Kansas State as Army lost to Tarleton State last week, a FCS program.
That's got to be at least our 5th no-line game.
Next we have Tulane coming over to Mobile to take on South Alabama. We're all going with the Green Wave there.
They are favored by 10.5, 6 p.m. contest on ESPN+.
Boston College heading over to East Lansing to take on Michigan State. We're all going Michigan State except you.
Yeah,
you went with Boston College.
I just have a feeling Michigan State, the spread, God bless you, is only 3.5. It's a 6:30 contest. You can catch this on the NBC.
And Navarre's Grady Kelly had a
That's
great
right.
week last week.
Yep.
Then we got a really good matchup here as Vanderbilt goes to Virginia Tech, Blacksburg, Virginia, to take on the that would be,
The Hokies.
Blacksburg. Yep, the Hokies.
Hokies favored
Hokey
by
pokey.
1.5. One of the best entries in college football.
Indeed. Enter the Sandman.
Enter the Sandman. Catch that contest 6:30 p.m. on the ACC network.
Yeah, and we're all going with Vandy except Joe took Virginia Tech, the home team. Louisiana Tech heading over to LSU. What a performance last week for LSU. We're all going with the Tigers at home, so I guess they proved to be the real Tigers last week.
They did. They're 37.5-point favorites. 6:30 p.m. kick on ESPN+.
Okay, then we got Arizona State going to Mississippi State, and Marty's going with the Dogs at home. The rest of us going with Arizona State.
Favored by 6.5, 6:30 contest on ESPN2.
Probably the biggest game of the weekend, Michigan heading to Oklahoma. Michigan, I believe, is 5-point underdogs.
Tuesday started out at 2.5.
Okay.
Oklahoma. So,
So we got Paul and Bob are taking Michigan, and the rest of us are taking Oklahoma. You have UL Monroe at Bama. Do I need to go back to the story? Do I got to remind people? The year is 2007. Nick Saban in his first year at Bama after he headed back from a disastrous time with the Miami Dolphins in the NFL.
right.
They lose to Louisiana Monroe at home in Tuscaloosa. Will it happen again? I don't think so, and none of us think so as well. So we're all going with Bama in that one. UCLA heading to Vegas to take on UNLV. Paul's going with UCLA. What is that? Upper
Crestview, Lower Alabama. They're favored by 2.5. I don't know how. 7 p.m. kick on the CBS Sports Network. The head coach of UNLV, former Gator head coach, Mississippi State head coach, Dan Mullen.
Dan Mullen.
And
first year.
Last night I said Mississippi head coach. That. Yeah.
He probably a
Yeah.
couple of our viewers out there are probably wondering. Debbie checking in today. I actually ran into Debbie this morning at Publix over here, not too far from here, and talked with Debbie a little bit. Peter checking in, said, hey, Peter. And also I was talking with Carter Nunes, the starting quarterback over at Freeport earlier before the show, and he said he would be checking in tonight. So, Carter, I hope that you check in tonight and check out the show, and off to a great start over there at Freeport. His brother Ashton is the starting quarterback over here at Lighthouse, the new college.
Okay.
So both of them played at Freeport.
Well, good luck.
And San Diego State going to Washington State. Hey, Cougs.
The Cougs, man.
Are they favored at home?
They're favored by 1.5. Ooh.
Aztecs and the Cougars.
CW Network.
The Outpower Network, huh?
9:15.
Paul's going with Aztecs on the road. And then we got Sam Houston at Hawaii. We're all going with the Rainbow Warriors. Is that what they go by now?
I didn't have that on my pick, but yes.
So, well, there's your
Hawaii.
college games, your high school games. We're going to take a commercial break.
Let's do it.
And when we come back, we will be welcomed by head coach Garrett Bagley of the Navarre Raiders.
You bet.
Sometimes all you need to change your life is a sign. Like an actual sign that's like above you. And no, I don't love B-dubs just because I'm a buffalo with wings. Frankly, that's offensive and reductionist. It's like they made beer into a place and gave that place sports and chicken wings. And the people, the best.
Marty! You're dead weight!
Yeah, this place is kind of like heaven. You know, without needing to get hit by a bus.
Let's go sports bar!
Great teams have great support. The Navarre Raiders have one of the best support organizations, the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club. All the members see to it that the Raiders have all available necessities to keep the Raiders on track. Well, they're seeing to it that they are properly fed, have good transportation, are making sure that all Raider fans can hear all the exciting Navarre Raider football action. The Navarre Raider Quarterback Club is there to make it happen. Thanks, Navarre Raider Quarterback Club, for your support of your winning Navarre Raiders on IrishBillSports.com.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire the right person. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills with the right jobs from the production floor to the front office. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
University Lending Group, located in Harvest Village, is Navarre's local mortgage lender. The buying, building, or refinancing a dream home is in your future. You need to contact University Lending Group. Jennifer Gomes, Stacy Wright, and Sheila Billingham are the loan specialists who have the experience to take you step by step to make your buying, building, or refinancing experiences smooth. So University Lending at 752 Navarre Parkway, Suite 56, or call us at 850-396-0322.
To everyone who loves Culver's, the feeling is mutual. I'm Nicole from Culver's of Cross Plains, Wisconsin. And when I'm serving you a Butterburger, I'm just as happy as you are. I almost get giddy when I hear the sizzle of our fresh beef on the grill. Seeing that smile that comes from a meal made just right, some call it magic, but I like to call it love at first bite. Stop in for a cook-to-order Butterburger and let us make Culver's your happy place.
From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
Welcome back to Buffalo Wild Wings Coaches Show. It's week 3, and we're joined by Coach Bagley. Welcome once again, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
How's the open week been going so far?
We have been attempting for the open week to be intense. We're trying to call it an extra week. We obviously got a lot to work on, but, the boys do what they always did. They showed up on Tuesday. We had Monday off because of the holiday. And, we're back to work. We're trying not to do the same thing and expect different results. So, after our performance at Choctaw, physicality is definitely something that we got to improve on. So that's been our focus this week, and the boys have answered the call. And, we've had a good week of practice. It's been intense, and we need as much of that as we can get.
On the defensive side of the ball, we've given up 42 points in both games so far. We got a lot of people that we're replacing off that 2024 team. How are they starting to gel and starting to come together a little bit?
They are our issue right now. Let's just say that I believe defensively we are carrying out our assignment, not really understanding or appreciating how it fits into the overall scheme of the defense and how it affects others. They're obviously working hard, and some of that is just some inexperience, guys doing their role. And, even at times, especially with Catholic, we had a lot of issues with guys, sounds bad, but trying to go above and beyond their assignment. And sometimes when you do that, you step out of your own assignment, and that causes issues in itself. So got to find that happy balance of understanding where my job fits into the overall defensive scheme, and then pretty much, staying in my lane and executing my job to the best of my ability.
This is your second year. We've 12 games under the belt now. And how is the adjustment for you moving from the defensive side of the ball to taking over the reins as a head coach?
It's I've been around this for a long time. People ask, is it what you thought it was? It's exactly what I knew it was going to be. I personally am struggling a little bit to help our defense coordinator, Coach Lawson, but still be involved in the understandings of what's going on game management wise with offense, and that's a little frustrating because I want to go under the tent and I want to break out the tablet and I want to see what's going on so I can help make adjustments and have a better understanding of where the breakdowns are. But if I do that, then I hear it's third down and I'm making a rush decision as far as what to do with punting and just that type of game management stuff. So that's something that I'm working on and trying to find my own way through. Other than that, it's just been a lot more computer work and phone calls than I'm normally used to. But other than that, it's football. I was fortunate enough with Coach Walls to be in the field house all the time, so I know the ins and the outs and all the other stuff that goes along with it. So luckily, I'm not too shocked by any of that.
And you graduated from Milton High School, correct?
I did.
Did you play football up there while you were at Milton?
Oh, yeah.
What position did you play while you were at Milton?
Well, a little bit of everything. I was one of those little crazy guys. I had 8 years of football under my belt before I ever got to high school. And, 4 years in high school, I played everywhere from basically cornerback is where I started my high school career, and then I ended up at linebacker.
Who was your head coach up there during that time?
Carl Madison.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, they're the legend in the panel.
That's right.
One of the old school coaches, and it was his way or the highway, if I remember right.
It was very black and white. You knew where you stood. I was fortunate enough to I got to play under Carl, and then also I got to coach underneath Carl Madison. As soon as I graduated, I pretty much knew what I was going to do and started coaching. So it was a cool transition to go from playing with somebody or for somebody like that and then coaching with them, even though, to be honest, there wasn't much different. He was intense no matter, who he was talking to.
Well, I'm sure I know he put a lot of pressure on the kids that played for him. How was he with the coaching staff?
Wasn't much different. Iffy away from the field, he was known to have coaches get-togethers, and they were a great time. They were fun and relaxed. But if it was in the football environment, it was intense from managers to, coaches to players. He meant business with everything that he did.
But most definitely. And you've got to be impressed so far with what Coach, the new coach up there, Ronnie has done up there at off to a 2-0 start for Milton this year.
I assume, for being honest, I don't know what they do. We got our hands full. I'm worried about our guys.
Understandable.
I will say this: he's got an incredible track record as far as if he's 2-0, that would probably should know that, but I don't. But I'm not surprised. He's got a great track record of going to places that's been struggling and make quick turnarounds of them. That's kind of his thing. So it's not surprising. I will say I had the pleasure of speaking with him this week about some football related things, and he's a great gentleman. He's a pleasure to talk to.
But we like to take it one game at a time, and the next game is Mosley, which will be a week from Friday night.
Yes,
and
sir.
that's always been a tough game with them, no matter whether we're playing at home
Yes, sir.
or over in Panama City.
Yeah, they're a high quality football team, and not just a team. They have a program. Year in and year out. That's a good program. That coach has done a great job. He's very unorthodox, and he's tough to get ready for because he always, especially offensively and in special teams, does a great job. Breaks out a lot of things that you're not, there's no way to prepare for, so he makes you make quick adjustments. But yeah, a good team. They got good players. They're always athletic. Seem to be well coached every year. So yeah, we'll have our hands full. That our schedule's full. Those type of games. So
my first experience with Mosley is back in 2011 when we went over there. It was a Thursday night game, or if I remember night, and it was rain and it was chilly, and they ran the old misdirection offense at the time, and we had a ton of athletes, especially on the defensive side of the ball, and our receivers. I mean, you had Brad Leggett, Jordan Leggett, Marquise Haygood, Dusty Jones at quarterback. But they ran that misdirection, and next thing you know, we're down 49-20 at halftime.
Yeah, I remember getting onto a kid at the half because, one linebacker told me that his guard pulled out, and the other linebacker told me that his guard pulled out. And I was like, boys, people don't do that, and both of them flew out of the box. They ran a quarterback draw right down the pipe. And sure enough, going back and looking at film, they were both right. Yeah, unorthodox.
But as we move forward, are there have there been any surprises with some of the newcomers that are starting this year? We have some expectations of guys like Brody Powers, had a good season last year. Marquez White, the way that he stepped up at receiver, especially in the first game against Catholic.
He's definitely not a new guy, but he's in a new position, and it's a position he's better suited for. He's a very dynamic player, very explosive. He's in a position now where he can really contribute. Not that he didn't last year, but he's a game changer, especially at the position he's at. Defensively, you could throw away from him. You have that option as an offense versus a great cornerback. So teams could avoid him. But now, we get to put the ball in his hands when we're able to, and he's doing a great job making plays when he gets the opportunity.
Most definitely, and one thing that's been a stalwart for the Navarre football program has been your running game. Mm-hmm. We're kind of mixing that up a little bit because Roman Marshall's ability to throw the ball downfield this year. Only 68 yards rushing through the first couple of games. Is that something that's going to are you continually to strive to get that running game established?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's in high school football, especially at Navarre, that's what we like to hang our hat on. But in high school football in general, you got to be able to run the ball. If not, you're gonna people are gonna spread out, and you got to be able to make them compact the box a little bit and open up space on the perimeter. So, yeah, it's something that we got to get better at. But, I mean, as far as forcing things, I think Coach Gannis is doing a good job and will continue to do so. A good job, you also have to take what you're given, and so that can vary week to week, and you do what you got to do to be successful and take what defenses give you.
Your offensive line play, you got 4 starters back on the offensive line. They're really starting to come together with the addition of one new individual, Connor Bates, on the line. And they seem each game to be getting just a little bit better as a group.
I agree. That experience, O-line is a position that, those guys are so intertwined within their assignments that, every game that they play together, they're going to build that experience and that confidence and that understanding of how to work with each other. I mean, they'll get that obviously in practice as well, but in games, those reps are twofold. That's one reason why, people do different things for different reasons. But, if you notice, we left, even in that situation we were in last week, those guys were left on the field, and it was to get that valuable experience that quite obviously we need in order to get better.
Yeah, I was hearing some comments, and I try to social media sometimes gets on my nerves, but sometimes they like to voice their opinion on things that they don't really know much about. They're trying to be that Monday quarterback, but it's what I say. Let them do what they're doing now. They'll learn. They'll come together as a team. We got to stand behind our program here. 100%. Bob and I were talking about this last night on the show, and it's like now is not the time to back away your support from this team. This team needs your support now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it'd be different if we weren't working hard. The boys are working hard. Last week, let's call it what it was. It was a disappointing performance for everybody. I talked to the boys after the game. It's 10% what happens to you, 90% what you do about it, so we won't pack it up and fold the tent. We put in way too much work to do that. So, as a group, we got to make sure that we're not, falling apart and all of that. And it's way early in the season to be, talking about some of this stuff. But, you're also coming off a disappointing season last year. So, you got to make sure and observe your obstructions and the things that can happen to you. So, I observing them this week, I think they took to heart the things that we talked about post-game last week, and they've definitely stepped up the intensity and the physicality, which is something that, the score is a score. What I put my pride in watching our team and our program is, win or lose, whatever the score is, I want to walk away knowing that our boys – never gave up. They were physical. They try to out-hustle the other team. They try to be more physical than the other team, and they never let down. And this is be honest with you, that was one game in a long time that I questioned that. And so, we confronted that after the game, and we've had conversations about it and have addressed it. And, also as coaches, we're self-reflecting to make sure that we're doing what we need to do in order to make them the way they need to be successful in games. And so we've analyzed our practice schedule, and it's a fine line. There's been years that we hit them so hard to be so physical throughout the year that come playoff time, they were beat down and tired. You don't want that, but at the same time, you got to make sure that you're being physical enough in practice on a daily basis that they develop that grit. So it's a fine line, and we're just trying to find where we need to be.
Well, before we let you go, you got another little one on the way, don't you?
I do, yes, sir. Yeah, sure do.
Are we having another girl?
It's another girl. Apparently,
hey.
that's all I do.
Hey, nothing wrong with that at all. So congratulations to you and your wife as you're expecting your third healthy baby. That's all that's important is that it comes out a healthy baby. And thank you always for coming on the show and being a strong supporter of what we do here.
Yeah, thank you for what you do.
Thanks, Coach.
Sir. Have a good night.
You do the same. We're going to head out for commercial break, then we'll come back, and Seminole Bob will be interviewing. I believe we have Rowan Strom and Curtis Sanders coming up, and Bob will be handling those two interviews here on IrishBillsSports.com. And it's the Buffalo Wild Wings Coaches Show. We're going to head out to commercial break, and we'll be right back.
To everyone who loves Culver's, the feeling is mutual. I'm Nicole from Culver's of Cross Plains, Wisconsin. And when I'm serving you a Butterburger, I'm just as happy as you are. I almost get giddy when I hear the sizzle of our fresh beef on the grill. Seeing that smile that comes from a meal made just right, some call it magic, but I like to call it love at first bite. Stop in for a cook-to-order Butterburger and let us make Culver's your happy place.
From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
The Hustle isn't named after anyone, not after a designer, definitely not after a mythological god. It's not about stripes or ranking or status. The Hustle is real. The Hustle is about you. So keep in mind when you're repping and rocking Hustle Hard USA streetwear, you can tell all the onlookers that this mark, this brand represents your hustle, your grind. You put in that time, that sweat, that pain. Now it's up to you to show them all what you got. Win or lose, the hustle is real. Go to www.hustlehardusa.com, and I can guarantee you, you will not be disappointed.
We're back at Buffalo Wild Wings. This is Seminole Bob, and that handsome guy next to me is Rome Strawn. He is senior linebacker from Navarre. Rome has bided his time. You were behind, 2 years?
Oh, yes, sir.
Linebacker. And a lot of the adults are just so proud of you because of that. You know, so many kids now would get frustrated and leave, and you've stuck it out. And Marty Wilson, one of our Josh's dad, who helps us with the broadcast, said that's just one of your strong points, your loyalty to the program. And that says a lot to me. Talk about your decision wanting to stay and just keep grinding.
Well, I stayed mainly because the Coach Bagley. Love the guy. Love the amazing coach. He's not only a football coach, helps with prepare me in life. And my friends are also very loyal to the team. And those two are just big reason that I stayed.
Well, hats off to you for that. You had some big shoes to fill this year. Vinny Villanova and company, Josh Wilson.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean,
you got reps last year when I never can remember his name. The other linebacker who
Andre Spence.
Yeah, why can't I got to write that down. Staple it to my forehead. Andre Spence walked on as at South Alabama. When Andre, did some time on offense. You got some reps on defense last
Yes,
year.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So last year you guys went to a new type defense. You went from a 3-4 to a 5-2 or
it's a 4-2.
4-3.
A 4-2.
Or a 4-2-4.
Yeah.
No, that's not right. 4-2-5. Anyway, 4-man front, right? How does that change your linebacking calls and such on defense?
Well, it actually didn't change a lot at all, to be honest. I mean, we ran a 3-2, but we had 2 outside linebackers. So, to be honest, it really didn't change a lot. Not a lot of like changing in the rules. I mean, I'd say it's easier with the 4-man front, me personally. It's easier to read. I mean, linemen can't, carry to you as easy. And I honestly, I like it. Thought it was easier for me learning it.
This bye has come at a good time, I think, for Navarre's program. Tell us about how the practice is going this week.
Practice is going good. After the loss, we realized that, we obviously need to get tougher, more like not even physically but mentally. So, we realized that our practices, they're mediocre. We're soft. We're not, we're working, but just not as physical. So now we're doing more physical, not as much like, how do I explain this? It's not as much worrying about what they're running and going over film. It's more, competition this week since it's our bye week. So we're really just hitting each other nonstop over and over, just making us more mental tough and physically tougher. So really just hitting it at each other.
Kind of be in the moment there, react to what's in front of you. And let's be honest. Choctaw Catholic, it's not an excuse, but they're not FAMU and, Graceville. No offense, anyone in FAMU and Graceville listening. But those are perennial playoff teams, and they each had their own things that, they brought to the table. What have you learned in the first 2 weeks?
It's a different speed. It definitely is. You're used to these practices where you go as fast but not as long. So you get out on that field. It's just a completely different speed. That's what I learned from it. Mental toughness. I'm being honest with you. I probably wasn't ready for it the first 2 games, but we're gonna come back this next game and hit them right in the mouth.
What's it like playing behind Bryce Wheeler?
Awesome kid. He's very, very loyal to the program. Very hard worker, very hard. He's a great leader. He's always trying to motivate his teammates. Like if it's on the sideline, on the field, someone makes a tackle for loss at practice. He's screaming, hollering. We're all screaming and hollering. No, he's a great kid.
What was it like on the sideline when Bryce scored that touchdown on the black pearl?
I was actually his lead blocker.
Oh, were you really?
Yeah,
I missed that.
I was his lead blocker for him.
Marty was on the call, and I was not, and I missed it. And Marty Wilson and Bill went absolutely nuts.
I know.
And I'm sure you all did on the sidelines.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome.
Well, that's something Bryce can say that didn't happen to Vinny, right?
Yeah.
Vinny didn't have it. And we may not be done seeing that play again.
No.
What I had said was you had brought in the background, I said you brought in your, extra big bubbas, extra poundage, and I did not see you, I assume, in the So if he was in the Black Pearl, were you in a fullback position?
Yes, sir. I was fullback.
Yeah.
So,
So is consistency something you've been working on this week?
yes, sir. Consistency, definitely. My first 2 games were obviously not great at all. I mean, so I'm just working on trying to be consistent, working hard, just put my head down and, just working.
You want to play at the next level, I'm sure.
Yes, sir. I was hoping to play at the next level. Yes, sir.
Have you had any offers yet?
Yes, sir. I have one offer from Millsaps College.
Millsaps, yeah. Good for you.
Thank you,
Good
Coach.
for you, dude. I mean, and they're going to come, too. Let me tell you. And look, I coach swimming, all right? Not the most glamorous sport.
Yes, sir.
But to a coach, loyalty, hard work, bided his time, who wouldn't want that guy? So certainly we think there's going to be more offers, and the season is still young.
Yes, sir.
Right? What do you want to major in college? Have you thought about it?
I've thought about it. I actually, there's a couple things I want to do, mainly probably just business management.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple other things, but I've looked into it. Just can't quite make my mind, of course.
Who's the funniest player on the team?
Funniest player.
You guys.
I'd have to say Curtis. Y'all were interviewing Coach Bagley. I was dying. We were dying over there.
Yeah, you were dying because he couldn't hear you. No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. We got Mosley in 2 weeks.
Yes, sir.
At home. In fact, 3 of the next 4, I think, are at home. Our field's ready to go.
Yes,
I know
sir.
you guys are, you play. You have a home game. Well, you have a kickoff classic scheduled.
Mm-hmm.
You get there, lightning. We cancel. We saw the field wasn't good.
Mm-hmm.
They've made corrections to the field. Canceled the home game against Catholic, moved it to Gulf Breeze. That had to be weird.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it wasn't really strange at all. I mean, you're playing at Gulf Breeze. I mean, no one here likes Gulf Breeze. No offense to them, but so playing on their field. I mean, we're obviously grateful that they let us play on their field and everything like that. But I mean, there was no change.
I know you're going to be eager to get back to the friendly confines of Bennett C. Russell Stadium. My guest has been that good-looking guy, not this old man here, Rome Strawn, a senior linebacker. He's going to have more offers, okay? The intangibles are there. I just know it. I feel it. And Millsap's a pretty good college.
Yes, sir.
So best of luck to you. Nice meeting you. You're a very
You too.
nice young man. Best of luck to you in the rest of your senior season.
Thank you.
Can you believe you're already a senior?
Yeah,
dude?
it definitely flew by. My first 2 years were like, come on, man. I can't wait to be a senior. And I mean, this junior or senior, it's already, it's flying. I can't believe we're already in school. It's mind-blowing. We're already about to be on our 3rd game. That's just crazy to me.
Well, lots of first and lots of last. So as an old man, old enough to be your grandfather, just enjoy each moment, and I know you do. My guest has been senior linebacker Rome Strawn. You're listening to the Coaches Show here at Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's take a break.
All right.
Thanks again.
Thank you.
Good job. Get that other guy in here. Well, the commercial didn't work out, but that's okay. Oh, gosh, we got another good-looking guy in here. God gravy. I wonder if you start getting some ugly guy. Get some of the big bubbas in here. My next guest is Oh, he's Mr. Everything. He probably drives the team bus. This is Curtis Sanders, senior defensive back and running back. Nice to meet you, dude.
Nice to meet you.
I heard you guys were cracking up a little bit during Coach's interview.
Oh, yeah, we just he's one of my best friends, so I like conversating with him.
Well, that's good. I got to ask you about, before we get into what I had, tell me how camp was.
It
You
was
guys went
productive.
to up in Munson.
Yeah, it was a team bonding experience. There's not much to say about it. It's just spending a lot of time with
Talking,
the players on our team.
getting to know one another. How were the Spiders this year?
Definitely not as bad as last year. They cleaned it up a little bit.
Oh, gosh, Vinny Villanova and Bryce Wheeler were telling us all about, camp was awesome, except for the Spiders.
Yeah, the Webs take up the whole path.
Curtis Sanders is my guest, senior defensive back and running back. So when the coaches said you were going to play both ways, I mean, knowing you immediately said, of course, whatever I need to do. How does it feel playing out there?
I like playing both ways. It gives me something to do. I don't like sitting on the sideline.
Oh, great answer.
It's boring.
Great answer. Colleges, are you listening? Great answer. And you've bided your time, too. We talked to Rome about him biding his time.
Mm-hmm.
You bided your time behind in the running game, too.
Yeah, behind Josh. No, on both sides because he was a safety, too.
Mm-hmm.
And Andre.
Right. And the young man that went back to Texas.
Keegan.
Yeah, Keegan.
Yeah, I wish played more for us, but.
Do you ever get tired playing both ways?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
It's a lot on my legs.
How do you prepare for that?
You got to do it every day. You got to get used to it.
You do it in practice, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, do it a lot in practice, but it's never the same as in the game. Got a lot of adrenaline.
Now, you're talented in both. I mean, you've shown it this year. You get an open field, and you got some speed. Is there a position you like better, or are they about the same?
They're close, but I like playing defense, so I was pretty sad I didn't get to play it more.
You get to hit people, right?
Yeah.
It's legal to hit that way.
Yeah, it is.
So, Mr. White moves over to the offense. So you're looked to as the leader in the secondary. You played some secondary last year, right?
Yeah, I did. When Joshua got hurt for a little bit in our first game, so I had to adapt quick.
Right. Do you play safety or corner?
Safety.
Safety. Yeah. He runs around everywhere on defense, and he runs around everywhere on offense. Who's the funniest player on the team?
The funniest?
Mm-hmm.
Funniest to watch or funniest?
Funniest, like jokester.
I don't even know.
Rome said you.
I would say back at him. And Pony. But that's Alan Savoy.
You guys play tricks on one another.
Yeah.
Do you? Yeah. You don't do anything like icy hot in the jock strap or anything crazy like that. Do you?
No, I don't do that.
Don't get any ideas. You want to play at the next level, I'm sure.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Have you had any offers?
I've had one from John Melvin up the some way up the Panhandle.
Okay. Well, that's great. Two-way player. He'll play anywhere. He'll drive the team bus. What do you want to major in college?
Computer science.
There you go. Dude, computers are not going to go away, right?
Yeah, never.
There's always going to be. Are you taking classes at Navarre for that?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. So you've had offers. You want to major in computer science. Tell me about how the season, 0-2. Look, we're not playing Graceful. We're not playing FAMU. No offense, Graceview and FAMU. Catholic and Choctaw ain't exactly cupcakes, right?
Yeah.
Navarre takes on all customers. We got Mosley in 2 weeks. I realize first part of the season may be a little frustrating. How has this week in practice been?
It's less on the technique of like adapting to our opponents. It's more like the energy that we bring, because we were really dry on the sideline our last game. Just a lot of things to bring us down, and we have to keep it up so we can get bigger plays.
So, yeah, Mosley in 2 weeks. Mosley's got a game. I don't know who they play, but I know last week they lost to Bay, which was certainly a huge surprise. How are you approaching? Are you just concentrating on, going back to the basics?
Yeah, it's kind of the basics. It's definitely a foundation that we needed. It was a little cracked from the losses, but we're trying to mend it back so we're stronger.
My guest has been two-way player, the good-looking guy right there, not me, Curtis Sanders. Do you have a nickname that you can say on the air?
No, I don't. They call me by my name. So
Curtis. They don't call you smooth operator or anything like that.
No, they don't.
He's a smooth operator. Tell me about the big Bubbas before we finish. The offensive lineman.
It's a great offensive line that we have. It's a great skill set. I don't know. Not much to say. They're a great O-line. I trust them. I trust them to block for me. I trust them to protect me when I need it. And, just a good bunch. I'm friends with them.
So, you're a senior. When somebody misses an assignment, are you vocal out there?
Well, yeah. Of course, they got to know what they did wrong. But it's always the next play. It's never going to –
Ooh, I like that.
It's
next play.
Never going to change anything to get mad about it, especially
during
the
you've been
game
captain, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that comes with part of the responsibility.
Yeah, it does.
Being vocal. Is that part of who you are? Or in school or at home, are you more quiet or?
I would say I'm less vocal, for sure, than I am out on the field. It's a different environment to me.
My guest has been Curtis Sanders, two-way player for the Navarre Raiders. Great to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thanks
again for coming by. Good luck in your studies. Remember, student athlete, right?
Student comes first.
Student athlete.
Thank you.
I think your buddy, I hope you didn't ride with him because he's getting ready to run out the door. Thanks again. Curtis Sanders has been my guest. Just great kids. Good gravy. They both had offers. I didn't quite hear exactly where Curtis was. We'll have to play it back.
He runs track as well, Curtis.
Oh,
actually, he doesn't run track. He does the long jump and the triple jump. That triple jump, I don't know how they do that.
I couldn't coach. Yeah, I couldn't coach.
Right. And who's the coach? One of the coaches over there, isn't he? He's been at Navarre quite a while. An older gentleman.
Tom Lentz?
Yes.
Yeah.
Used to be a professional wrestler.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Teacher Tom Lentz. L.A.
No, his wrestling name was it?
Oh,
Lord Humongous or something.
Yeah, well,
something like that, or
one of the many Lord Humongous. Listen, Rome Strong said he had an offer from Millsaps.
He did. We were over here talking. Very well-spoken young man.
Both of them.
Wow.
Both of them.
As we get a chance here when one's getting ready to go on, I get to talk to the other. So not only are they getting interviewed by me, they're getting interviewed by you as well. But two great leaders on this Navarre Raider football team.
Yeah, and they said practices have gone, well this week, and I mentioned that. Look, no offense to Graceville and FAMU, but Catholic and Choctaw aren't exactly pushovers.
No, they are not.
No, and both playoff teams.
And Mosley will not be a pushover either.
No.
And Milton the week after that. So there is not a bump in the road in the Raiders' schedule here in 2025.
Not at all. Not at all.
Let's talk about the remaining schedule for the Raiders here.
Let's do it, yeah. They play bye this week.
Yeah, I think we're going to win this week.
Okay.
We're going to beat the bye.
Yep.
And then we got Mosley coming to town.
Mm-hmm.
Then the week after that, we go to Milton. Much improved Milton team this year. With Ronnie Douglas, what a job he's doing up there. 2-0 so far after they did not win a game last year. First time in program history where they did not win a game in a season. Came real close in the Navarre game, but a big hit by Andre Spence at the goal line caused a fumble.
Yeah.
The Raiders held on in that one last year, 15-13.
I don't know how many players they've changed, graduated, moved on. Ron Douglas.
One heck of a coach.
What a turnaround.
And if you don't know who Ron is, Ronnie, does that name sound familiar? All these car washes that are going up here in the Panhandle of Florida, those are his. But he also has time to coach football, and he's darn good at it.
Yeah, I mean.
But then we got Tate, our first district game on the 26th at home.
Milton is not a district game this year. They are in a different district.
That is correct, because we have Crestview in our district now, and for the second year in a row. Then we got Tate district matchup 26th September. Then we got Escambia coming in on the 3rd of October. And then the last 3 or 4 are on the road at Crestview, home to Gulf Breeze, at Pace, and at Niceville. That is called Murderers Row. And so what do you think of the show tonight, Bob?
I think it was awesome. Tell me about give me a
synopsis.
What am I going to synopsis of what
that's
Coach had to say?
That's my big word for the day. Synopsis.
Synopsis.
How do you spell that? I don't.
SYN opus.
How do you spell that? THAT. That's how you spell that. But anyways, Coach Bagley and I had a good conversation. Hopefully you'll get a chance to go back and watch the interview.
Yeah.
We talked a lot about the open week, how that's going.
Right.
Upcoming opponent in Mosley. I asked him a little bit about Milton, but as a head coach, you really don't have time to follow other high school programs while your season's going on. So I kind of expected that. We talked a little bit about his time when he played at Milton under legendary coach Carl Madison.
Right.
One of the best coaches in all of Panhandle football.
Carl Madison.
Right up there with Hurley Manning.
Legend.
And, some of the legends that we've had here in the Panhandle. But he talked about his time there. And then we finished it all up talking about his expectant child on the way here in the next couple of weeks. Daughter number 3 on the way. Beautiful wife, also a teacher over here at Navarre High School, and does a great job with the cheerleaders as well. Both of them are committed to this community, and the kids in this community benefit from both of them.
I love the article by Brian Lester in the Navarre.
I haven't read it yet.
Navarre Press. Shutting out the noise.
But I'm gonna read that. I get the paper tomorrow.
Shutting out the noise.
There is rumors that Irish Bill can't read. That those are totally fabricated. That I can read. But one thing I want to talk about again, and we talked about last night's show, the support of the Raider program. Probably a lot what Brian had to say in his article as well.
Right.
Now is the time that these young men and these coaches need our support, our backing. It's easy to root for a team when everything's going and smelling like roses. When it starts to smell like possum, it's time for. That's the time when the community and the backing of this football program has to be stronger than ever.
Yeah, it's like visiting somebody in the hospital, right? They're on their back. They're not feeling well, not doing well. The last thing you want to do is say something bad, right, to them. You want to cheer them up. You want to pump them up. You want to get them out of the hospital. There's an analogy in there, right?
Most definitely.
Let's, my blood type is B positive.
Is it?
It sure is.
It is.
So let's.
I'm A positive,
so
between the both of us, we're A and B positive.
A and B positive.
Always B positive.
We dress alike.
Yeah, we did not coordinate.
It's crazy.
It's coordinated, but we didn't coordinate.
The only thing different is I have hair and he doesn't, but
that's by choice.
You have more hair on your face, and if I don't shave, I might have as much
This is
hair.
only a couple of weeks, but anyways, I'm getting on my fall beard going early, as we're into September already. Hard to believe we're in September already, Bob. That's week 3 of the high school football season.
Great. I'm gonna give a plug for you and the other Josh Wilson. You were on Josh Wilson National
Panhandle Blitz.
Panhandle Pulse. You got to show me where it's at because I got the link, but
it will be. I believe Josh will post that on my Facebook page, my group page,
Okay.
IB Sports. If not, I can send you the link. But yeah, he knew that I was good. He's been wanting to get me on for a couple of weeks now, but he knows that I do shows on Tuesday and Wednesday as well. Right. And he goes, well, why don't we do a pre-recorded taping so that you can come on? And that's what we did at 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Why not?
I worked it into my schedule, and it's not me just talking about Navarre. A lot of the questions are related to Navarre. But it's me talking about the Panhandle and all the great athletes and coaches that we have here in the Panhandle of Florida. I mean, amazing talent. Guys like Mikael Williams at pace, 515 yards after 2 games. James Youngblood up at J, 493 yards after 2 games rushing. Carter Nunes, the game he had last week, 312 yards passing to his one of the, if you don't know this name yet, you're going to get used to it. Julius Miles, wide receiver over at Freeport, over 300 yards receiving in the first 2 weeks of the season.
And somebody's got to get him into football, and you're friends with him, the young man.
We were talking before the show tonight, and the young man, the quarterback over at Destin, Hampton Wyndham. I'm trying to remember. I think it's Hampton is his last name, the quarterback at Destin.
Oh, Hampton Woodham.
Woodham. There we go. But, we've had a chance to talk a few times on X as well. It's nice to get to know these young men outside of football. I met Carter's older brother, Ashton, who I said is playing over here at Lighthouse, the new college football team here in the area. I ran into him at Cryo 850 out in Destin. One Saturday, and nice young man, great family. Both of them starting quarterbacks at Freeport, and I think Carter's a little bit bigger than Ashton was, and he's having a great senior season so far and being looked at by quite a few teams. But we got amazing talent from Escambia County to Santa Rosa County to Okaloosa County to Walton County over to Bay County, and not forgetting Washington County, home of Chipley and Vernon, on over to Gadsden County. We try to cover it all on IrishBillSports.com with our players of the week, our offensive, defensive, and special teams players of the week, and our power rankings. And we try to get a little bit out of each school so that you guys know what's going on here in the Panhandle team-wise each year.
High school game of the week, off the top of your head.
Wow, off the top of my head, I can't look, I can't cheat. No.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to remember the schedule off the top of my head real quick, so I'm not gonna do it justice if I go off the top of my head. So I am going to look at true. Wow, the Godby Catholic game is going to be pretty solid.
Yeah, Lincoln Nice.
Lincoln Nice. I'm looking down through here real. Normally, Suwannee and Madison County would be a good matchup, but Suwannee's down a little bit. Also, Christian Trenton's going to be a pretty solid contest.
I think so.
Trenton's won a couple state titles in the last 10, 15 years. And also, Christian, a tough program every year. Franklin County, what a job John Cooper's doing over there. It's not John Cooper that coached at Ohio State. No. But what a job he's doing over there with that Seahawks team. A team that didn't win a game a couple years ago. They went 9 wins last year. So he's doing a great job over there. And we are just blessed with a lot of talented coaches and players here in the Panhandle.
How about the college game?
College game. To? Oh, I think the big one is Michigan at Oklahoma. Last week there was a couple. Did the Ohio State-Texas game disappoint you, or was that about what you expected?
It's kind of boring.
You fall asleep in the first half?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that was the South Carolina game.
That was South Carolina, Virginia Tech game. Oh, my God.
At one point, what was it? 7-2, 7-5, 8-7,
7-5. The South Carolina quarterback they have is like the number 2 pick in the next year's draft.
Lenore Sellers?
Behind Nussmeier, quarterback from LSU.
Then you got I was looking for – all I heard on the offseason was you got to go to Clemson's quarterback, Klubnik. And I was kind of disappointed in his effort against LSU. I know that was a very good LSU defense, but down the road when it seemed down as the game wound down, it seemed like he didn't step up to finish off that game. And LSU pulled that one out.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm looking at you got any other games that one that intrigues me. I know they played well against Boise State, South Florida at Florida.
I am gutless. I could not pull the trigger on South. You know what?
You know who did?
I'm gonna.
You're gonna what?
Change my pick.
You're changing your pick. I guess you can do that before the game starts. So you're
what does Coach Corso say?
Not so fast.
Not so fast.
But he's retired now.
Oh,
you want to take his spot? Could you wear all the headgear?
No,
I couldn't either.
I'm going to pick South Florida.
I'm
going to have some guts. I may lose by 1 this week and finish in last place.
That wouldn't be the first time.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry.
Bill, damn.
No, I'm joking.
Dang,
you
Bill.
know I'm joking. I love you, brother.
Yeah, like the plague.
Which plague?
Yeah, really. The Black Plague. So, yeah, if that was in Tampa.
Ooh. That would be something.
But I'm gonna pick the upset.
So you're going to switch. So you're going to jump ship and go over.
I'm going to jump ship.
Paul and Marty, who also picked South Florida. So it's just Joe and I going with the Gators. You know Joe wouldn't pick against the Gators. He's a big Gators fan.
Yeah.
He's also an Oklahoma fan because that's where he got his degree. Did you know that?
I did not. I knew your friend in Sweden.
Todd, my good friend Todd, is a big Oklahoma fan. We actually got a side bet going on this year. We have a side bet going on every year between Notre Dame and Oklahoma. This year is whoever finishes higher in the rankings.
Who's higher in the rankings right now?
I think Notre Dame's still higher in the rankings, but the gap has been narrowed.
All right. So Florida State beats number 8 Alabama.
Were they really number 8?
Florida State.
They were Alabama's the top 15 team every year.
Florida State debuts in week 2 at number 14.
Right, a spot
they
below
jumped
Florida.
From nothing to 14. What do you think about that?
7 spots ahead of Alabama, who dropped to 21. They were
I didn't say it.
They were the team that.
Deborah, I
sorry,
didn't say
Debbie.
it. Darkwing, I didn't say it.
Hey, Tim. Thanks, you guys, for always checking into all of our shows.
Oh, yeah.
But that was the biggest drop out of anybody in the polls this past week, as Alabama fell
How
from
far
8
did
to
Texas
21. They fell to number 7. They fell 6 spots.
I was teaching all day. I didn't even look at the internet. Who's number 1?
Clemson fell to number 8. So they dropped 4 spots, and then Notre Dame dropped 3 spots to number 9.
Who's number 1?
That would be Ohio State.
Yeah, so they jumped Penn State.
Penn State still number 2.
And I know they clash later in the year.
And we got number 3. I'm trying to remember who number 3 was. Georgia.
Who?
Georgia, I think, is number 3 now.
Yeah, was it 1, 4, and 6 all lost last week?
Miami's moved up to number 5, I think.
Florida State plays them at home in October. Well, Bill, it's getting close to my bedtime.
Is it?
Yep.
But anyways, well, we want to thank all of you out there on the World Wide Web for tuning in every Tuesday for Irish Bill's Twist on Sports at Culver's and Wednesday night at Buffalo Wild Wings here. Hopefully you enjoyed the interviews with Coach Bagley, Rowan Strom, and Curtis Sanders, 2 senior Raiders and the head coach at Navarre for the last 2 years. He's been with the Raider program for the last 21 years. And
Marty, we miss you, dude.
Marty, you're dead weight.
Marty!
No, you're not, Marty.
We have things. Life gets in the way. Sometimes.
Life does get in the way, and he's got a beautiful girlfriend. Want to spend the night with him, and I don't blame him because she is a peach.
Her or us?
We're not a peach. We're maybe be rotten peaches, but
that's not even a choice.
No, it's not.
So.
Yeah. I would do the same thing as Marty did.
Absolutely.
And Paul's still out of town, but he'll be rejoining us next Wednesday night.
Okay.
And getting ready for the Mosley game next week. But I want to say thank you to all of you out there watching tonight's broadcast, and I hope you enjoyed it. I want to thank Braden Hiltz and his staff here at Buffalo Wild Wings for allowing us to come in to his establishment every Wednesday night during football season to just give you a little slice of what we deem important in our lives during this time of the year.
Absolutely.
And for Seminole Bob, it's been Irish Bill. No game Friday night. There's a JV game at home Monday night. So if you want to catch some football, head out to Bennett C. Russell Stadium on Monday night for the JV football. Cheer on your Raiders. As I'm not sure who they're playing this week because normally they don't play Panama City teams in JV. So I'm not really sure who they'll be playing on Monday night. But anyways, get out there and support the JV Raiders on Monday, then the varsity Raiders on Friday.
You may see us in Gulf Breeze again.
Nah, the stadium is good to go. And
no, I meant Friday night.
Oh, Friday night. Yeah, we might be down there catching the game. You never know. We don't sit at home very often on Friday nights, do we? Even
ain't sitting at home watching no college football.
No, there's not any games on the schedule. Maybe that James Madison Louisville game might be okay, but the rest of them garbage.
Why are they playing on Friday?
I know. That's an argument you and I have been going on for the last 5 years.
Play on Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
Who cares?
But anyways, thanks for your support of IrishBillSports.com and Navarre Raider football. Frequent our local establishments, Culver's and Buffalo Wild Wings, and tell them Irish Bill sent you. And,
absolutely.
You won't get any discounts, but just tell them I sent you.
Do the business, man. Local. And so have a great night, folks.